Palestine is starving. I'm just looking at the news here on Google. A news headline from Al Jazeera from 2 hours ago says, Israel pounds Gaza, kills 24. UN says 14,000 babies at risk of death. These are 14,000 Palestinian babies and children at risk of death. Sky News headline says, warning that hunger in Gaza to impact entire generation after 55 children die from starvation. And then another headline from Al Jazeera from 15 hours ago says, thousands of Gaza's children face imminent death under Israeli siege, UN. And this is a headline from Middle East Eye saying, and this is from 20 hours ago, 14,000 Palestinian babies and children could die in Gaza within 48 hours without aid, UN, and without food, or without enough food being allowed in. And what does the Israeli foreign minister say? That, Israel's existence is under threat. So they will do whatever they have to. I suppose that includes killing Palestinian babies and children. Even if they have to kill them by way of starvation. Killing them by letting them starve to death. That's what Israel's doing because Israel's existence is under threat. If Israel's existence was under threat like that, and if it was that serious, then how come Israel is still existing? It also just reminds me of the Shiri Bibas case. Shiri Bibas and her family, her children, her 2 young children, were kidnapped and killed. And of course, there was a lot of noise coming from Israel and Netanyahu regarding that. But what do we have in comparison here? Those were 2 young children that were killed. Who was involved? Right. Kidnapping and killing of the Bibas family. Accused. Lords of the Desert, Mujahideen brigades, and Hamas. Right. So, they killed 2 Jewish Israeli children. You are killing 14,000 of them right now by way of starvation because you won't even allow food in. You won't allow aid in. Israel won't allow aid in. Israel won't allow food in even. Or Israel won't allow enough food in. Whatever the situation is, I don't know the details right now. Israel's existence is under threat because Israel and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu won't let the Palestinians live and be free of Israeli oppression. Israel's existence is under threat because Israel and Netanyahu won't let the Palestinians live. That's the root cause of it all. That's why Israel feels like Israel's existence is under threat when it comes to some of the Muslim countries threatening Israeli existence. But let's not forget that that threat must not be serious because Israel is somehow still existing. Israel is still in existence. But the problem is that Israel and Netanyahu won't let the Palestinians exist. And that is the root cause of Israel feeling like Israel's existence is under threat. Well, why is no one resolving the root cause? So that Israel can stop feeling that its existence is under threat, and so that Palestinians can be free of Israeli oppression and can live too, and can have their existence too, and not have their existence under threat from Israel too. That's why I keep talking to the politicians and world leaders watching me. If you want an end to the threat of World War III and a nuclear war on top of it by Putin right now, and if you want an end to these long-standing conflicts and wars when it comes to the Israel-Palestine and Gaza issue, but also India and Pakistan nuclear tension because of the conflict of and the territory of Kashmir between them. You world leaders are gonna have to connect with me, and we're gonna have to come together. You're gonna have to come together with me, and you're gonna have to allow the galactics in, because at this point the galactics are our only hope, planet Earth's only hope out of this mess that's been going on for a very long time. A very long time. Because how long has this Israel-Palestine-Gaza issue been going on? How long is the India-Pakistani Kashmir conflict and war and nuclear tension been going on? And there seems to be no end to these conflicts and wars, and even nuclear tension. And now we have Putin threatening a World War III and a nuclear war on top of it. And what are you world leaders doing about all of it? You need galactic help at this point to resolve all of this and to put an end to all of this once and for all. But for that, you're going to have to come connect with me. You're going to have to come together with me. And you're going to have to allow the galactics in. You're going to have to let the galactics in. You're going to have to let the galactic help and assistance in on planet Earth. Otherwise, this mess will continue. Putin wants what Putin wants. A reunification of the Soviet Union, USSR. But Putin is also clinging to power. And he doesn't want to end up in jail. And isn't it interesting that I just heard on the news that it's kind of the same situation with Netanyahu as well. Netanyahu is also clinging to power. And that's why he keeps on prolonging this conflict and war with Palestinians and Gaza, because he also is clinging to power and he doesn't want to end up in jail either. Well, if you do the crime, you have to do the time, don't you? That is also what is called judgment and karma in spiritual religious terms. So, Putin wants to cling to power and doesn't want to go to jail, doesn't want to end up in jail. So, he is threatening a World War III and a nuclear war on top of it. Netanyahu is clinging to power and doesn't want to go to jail and doesn't want to end up in jail. So he's causing all this war and chaos and killing and destruction in Palestine and Gaza. And what are you world leaders doing about it? Are you able to put an end to it? No, you cannot even put an end to it. You cannot put an end to it even now. So what are you world leaders good for then? What are you good for? When you can't even do your job. Who's going to take men like and men in power who are abusing their power to the extreme? Who is going to bring down men in power like Putin and Netanyahu? And yeah, sure, I'll throw in Iran's Khamenei in there as well. And of course, Pakistan in there as well, as an example. Who's going to bring them down? Who's going to put an end to all of this for once and for all? You world leaders are failing at putting an end to all these wars and conflicts, and even these long-standing conflicts and wars. You are failing miserably. So why won't you let the Galactics in to help now when you are being offered galactic help and assistance with it? Because seems like that's the only way now for these wars and conflicts to end. They're the only ones who can come in and put an end to all of it for once and for all. Because who is gonna go to war with the Galactics? Huh? Can Putin go to war with the Galactics? Can Netanyahu go to war with the Galactics? Can the Pakistanis, even with their nuclear arsenal, nuclear power, can they go to war with the Galactics? No one on planet Earth can go to war with the Galactics. And that's the point I'm making. Are you hearing me? I'm talking to you world leaders watching me and watching us. It's time for the Galactics to come into picture on planet Earth. It's time. Let them in, please. But unfortunately, seems like everything I'm saying is falling on deaf ears. So I'm going to leave this message here for now. Take care. Stay safe. Over and out.